breaking the guy's romantic code number 3, which is never appear needy. There are 3 wrong motives ladies go into a relationship. Number 1, they go into a relationship because they are looking for a sponsor, someone who is going to pay their bills. The second wrong motive is due to biological clock. As the clock is winding down, they have to be in a relationship by all means in order to be married. So their motive is for marriage, while the last one is just peer pressure. I will let it not be that I'm not in a relationship. Any guy that just come around, I'll just hang on him and make sure I'm in a relationship. These 3 motives can lead you to start acting needy in a relationship. So even where you're supposed to take action, even where you're supposed to be assertive, you will always play it down. Even when the guy is wrong, you want to go and beg him so that you guys will reconcile. Because if he leaves you, nobody will pay your bills. If he leaves you, nobody will marry you. So for some of you, you feel, this guy is my last bus stop. I can't afford to miss this guy. Now, the moment you have such mindset in a relationship, he's already sabotaging everything about you. And whether you say it with words or not, your action will tell the guy he is so important. So literally, your action will put the guy on a pedestal. And a wise man once said, when you treat a guy like a superstar, he will treat you like a fan. If Chioma was desperate to marry Davido, I believe Davido would have dumped her long before now. But if you want to go far in your relationship, ensure that you never appear eager or desperate. This leads me to taking the guy's romantic code number 4. Learn to add value to his life. You see, relationship is about growth. Relationship is about development. Any relationship you are into at 6 months to 1 year you've been together and there is no significant growth or development, that relationship is a useless one. So how do you add value to a man? A lot of people ask questions. Apart from sex, what value are you bringing into the relationship? He pays all the bills. He takes care of you. What value are you bringing into the relationship? Let me share with you the value you can bring in the relationship. Number 1, make it your top priority to ensure that your guy achieves his goals or achieves his dreams. Let's say when he met you, he said he wants to pursue his music career, or he wants to go back to school, or he has a passion he wants to go after. You see, it is your responsibility to make sure you ginger him, you spur him to pursue it. Make sure he enroll in that music class. Your responsibility is to be on his neck to make sure he becomes better off. That's number 1. Number 2, be there to tell him he can when he thinks he can't. Number 3, be there to cheer him up when he makes significant progress. Just like a baby that is learning to walk, any small significant effort he makes, make sure you cheer him up. Hey! That little cheer from his left and right will encourage him to do more. Number 4, cover him in the areas he performs woefully. Mind you, you as a person, you are not perfect. So in that area of his deficiency, be his strength in that area. Then number 5, be a tigress on bed. That's one thing you shouldn't joke with. The last point, be his best friend and a passionate lover. What else can a man ask of? Now see where a lot of you ladies get it wrong. You see, let's say you met a guy at the lowest point of his life either he lost his job or something happened. Most of you ladies who are well-to-do feel that is the time to babysit him. You don't babysit a man you are in love with. If you do that, he will use you to stand, and by the time he stands, he will boot you out for another lady. So how do you handle such things? Anytime you are assisting him, make sure you are challenging him. Make sure you are telling him, oh bro, real men don't lie in the couch. Real men are out there making things happen. Real men are hustlers. Just make sure you are encouraging him. And it is not every time he cries that you go and empty your account. Or let's say he says, oh, I've not eaten throughout today. You say, oh, don't worry, I have food. You go and bring food. Tomorrow you say, oh, I'm hungry, I've not eaten. You say, don't worry, for the next 2 months, I'll be cooking food and be bringing every day. What you are doing is that you are babysitting him. You are not encouraging that man in him to come out. And if you continue on that path, he will use you to rise and then dump you. So adding value is not foolishness. Adding value is simply spurring him, is encouraging him to rise and become better. This leads me to breaking the guy's romantic code number 5. Remain feminine. How will you feel if you go on a date with a guy and the guy tells you that he hates to work, he prefers to stay at home all through the day on his couch playing computer game? I know when you hear such guys, what comes to your mind is that this guy is a useless guy. If you are wise, after that date, you will have nothing to do with him. This is the same scenario most men face with women. When they hear them say they have problem cleaning or they hate cooking, no matter how we are in the information or the jet age, it doesn't change the role of a man and the woman. Up till tomorrow, it is the responsibility of a man to go out there and fend for his family. So even if you are a working class, babe, how dare you say you hate cleaning or you can't cook? When a guy hears such words, do you know what comes to his mind? This is not the marriageable type. This type we are going to use her for, and when we are tired, we dump her. That is literally the interpretation we have in our minds. So if you want a guy to take you serious, hey babe, thank God for internet, thank God for YouTube. Why not take our time and begin to develop that skill, that cooking skills? Cleaning is about mindset. How dare you tell me this clean? How dare you tell me you can't clean? No. I can't take that from you. You expect a guy to take you serious and you tell him you can't clean? And that's why I'm not even surprised. They say a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And you know the interesting thing? Chioma is a chef. Amongst every other quality she has, ability to cook is one of the things that strengthened that relationship. But when you tell him you can't cook and you're not even making effort to become better, it simply means he shouldn't take you serious in any way. Now, this takes us to breaking the guy's romantic code number 6 is to ensure that you set boundaries and be assertive. When you know how you want to be treated and you state it from time to time in the relationship, this will bring about respect for you. But when you don't set boundaries, the guy can override you. The guy can treat you as a piece of shit. Tell him how you want to be treated. Even though at times he will try to cross the boundaries to see what you're going to do. Have a way of being assertive of your boundaries, and this will bring about respect in the relationship. Breaking the guy's romantic code number 7. Avoid being clingy and possessive. Every woman who thinks she can cage her man, every woman who thinks her man is for her and her alone, yeah, that is how it's supposed to be. But there's something I want you to understand, that any man you date and then you think you can police him just because of your insecurities, let me assure you, you will certainly lose that man. See, a man will respect a woman who gives him freedom to be a man. Yeah, there are times men act weird, I understand. But let me tell you this, sometimes pretend as though you are not seeing what is going on. Only react when it's obvious or when you catch him. Sometimes men like it when ladies give them their own private time. Like my own woman, anytime she comes and discover I want to be alone, like I'm busy on my phone or I'm just alone, she comes, talks to me once, twice, and she discover I am not replying the way I supposed to. Do you know what she does? She frees that time for me, allows me, even if it is for the next 2-3 hours, she allows me be on my own. And let me tell you something, when you do that for a man, that man will respect you with everything he has. So don't think by trying to police him that you will have his absolute attention. Don't do that, because no high value man will want to be policed by a woman. Breaking the guy's romantic code number 8. Deliberately create the atmosphere of love and romance. Important warning, never dwell on a negative situation for more than 3 minutes. That's 1. 2, never nag or complain over an issue more than 2 or 3 times. If you continue after 2 or 3 times, the guy will automatically become deaf to whatever you're saying. So anytime you have an issue that you've spoken to him 2 or 3 times, subsequently deal with it. I tell you the truth as a man, don't repeat it again and again. Create the kind of atmosphere that when this guy is confused, when this guy needs guidance, the first person that comes to his mind should be you. Why? Because anytime he is with you, you deliberately create that atmosphere of love. Anytime he comes around you, it's not a time for you to start sniffing around. Oh, let me check his phone now that he's sleeping. Who did he chat with? Who did he call last? Oh, who is that girl? That which you are looking for, you will certainly get it. But I'm sharing with you how high value women do to keep their man. Imagine Chioma doing the same anytime Davido comes around. Do you think that guy will want to spend the rest of his life with her? No. If you're actually gaining value, please give us a thumbs up. Breaking the man's romantic code number 9. Never beg a man. You see, a lot of ladies, just because of how they crave for the guy in the relationship, they are prone to begging the guy frequently. So what do you do when you unintentionally hurt the guy? Get this. Look into his eyes and tell him, I am sorry. And say it once, and that is all. Never think that by constantly repeating the word, sorry, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I didn't mean to hurt you. That constant repetition only fans the man's ego. Please don't do that. High value women don't say sorry in a haste. Only say sorry when it is obvious you are wrong. I don't know if you're getting these things. It is not every small thing. Oh, I'm sorry. This, I'm sorry. I'm so. When the guy gets used to you telling him sorry, he needs to see himself higher in the relationship than you. The secret of high value women is they only say sorry when it is necessary. All this small, I'm sorry, is a sign you are low value. Just brood over what I just said. For now, it may likely not make sense, but later it will. In any relationship, the first person to say sorry all the time, the relationship matters to that person more than the other. Then breaking the guy's romantic code number 10. Practice self-love. Yes. You see, a lot of ladies go into a relationship the kind of mindset just to please the guy. Yeah, there's a place for respect. There's a place where you are to please him. But let me tell you something. If you put the pleasing of the guy ahead pleasing yourself, then you are automatically shooting yourself on the foot. A man will never value you beyond the level at which you value yourself. The way you love yourself shows the man how you want to be loved and treated. So get this. Deliberately take out time to take care of yourself. Pursue your passion. Do that thing that makes you happy. Men will respect a woman who is pursuing her passion, who is pursuing her dream. Deliberately take out time to show yourself love. Go on vacations. When a guy notices that anytime you go to buy clothes for yourself, you go for designers, then what do you think on your birthday? Will the guy go for anything less than a designer? No. Why? You've already shown him your standards, how much you care about yourself. That principle is what will help your relationship. Breaking the guy's romantic code number 11. When you notice the guy is not giving you what you desire, please walk away. Your relationship should not be a do or die thing. And when a guy understands that if he treats you anyhow, you are willing to walk away, let me tell you something, he will cherish you with his life. I strongly believe you gain value as promised. If you did, please go down to the comment section and tell me one value you got from this video. I will seriously want to hear from you. And then from this side, don't forget that I love you and please take care of yourself.